Coach at MormonCouples.com, where I help people who are in a mixed faith marriage that's really been impacted by a faith transition. I help them create a new foundation for a new and even better marriage. Today we're going to talk about blame and responsibility. So many of our relationships are based on blame. Responsibility, it's pretty typical in a mixed faith marriage, and I want to talk about the two and how they look quite different. And I want to walk you through how they play out in a mixed faith marriage. So blame is when we assign how we feel to others, to how they say, what they do. We blame them for how we feel, right? Sometimes we blame our spouse, and this may look like they refuse to get help, so I can't help this improve. We may blame the church. This may look like the church is hurting families with their teachings around mixed faith marriage. Another common person we blame is ourselves. We may tell ourselves, I can't believe I let this happen. Blame is painful. It just hurts because it means someone or something is wrong. It means we're powerless, weak, hopeless. When we blame others, we become the victim. When we blame ourselves, we hide, we withdraw, we stop showing up in our marriage. Often when we're in blame, we get reactive. We lash out, we throw tantrums, we feel stuck. Now I want to talk about responsibility. Very different. Very, very different. So responsibility means we take ownership of our lives. We take ownership of how we think, how we feel, how we act. Taking responsibility means that we recognize that we decide how we feel. What I mean by this is we choose to be angry or sad or whatever. We see it as a choice. We see it happens because of what we're telling ourselves. We recognize others cannot literally claim in our body and cause emotions, but that they are caused by what we think about others, what we think about the church, what we think about our own decisions and ourselves. And this really matters because having ownership over something gives you authority. It gives you the ability to change it, the ability to do something about it if you want. And change, and I'm talking about deliberate and conscious change, can only happen from a place of responsibility. It never ever happens from a place of blame. So ask yourself, what are you blaming? Where are you using blame in your mixed faith marriage? And where are you taking responsibility for your thoughts, your feelings, your actions? So for me personally, when I was able to get really honest about this and see, that I was responsible for what was happening in my mixed faith marriage, then I was able to start to decide to do things differently. Let me give you an example. Many people come to me, myself included, have blamed the church, right? Blame the church for putting families in these positions. Blame the church for creating this tension in couples where their faith transition is seen as a problem, where a mixed faith marriage is seen as less than ideal, and it's causing something disruptive to the family and the marriage. Now, blaming the church it makes you feel stuck. It makes it feel impossible because none of us can go in and change the church. We can't change what's said in sacrament meeting. We can't change what happens in conference. We just don't have that ability. But when you look at it this way, when you take responsibility for what's happening in your marriage and you shift the question to how am I disruptive in my marriage? How am I hiding? How am I withdrawing? How am I believing that a faith transition is disruptive or negative to my marriage? Am I feeling like a victim? Am I acting like a victim? That's where responsibility steps in. And that's when we're now able to have ownership that creates empowerment and helps us find solutions that we just could not see when we were stuck in blame. Now, to be honest, sometimes we just can't see what we're doing. We're just too deep in our own stuff and we can't see what we're blaming, where we're taking responsibility. We're just in it. It can make a huge difference to get some outside perspective and to get some help to see where you're blaming and where you're not taking responsibility. And if you are ready to really take an honest look And to take a look at this and you're ready to get some powerful, transformative coaching to help your marriage, let's talk. If you're ready to step into responsibility, I am here to help you. This is one of the most important things I teach my clients. To stop the blame, step into responsibility, because then and only then can we make the change that we so want in our marriage. Reach out to me if you're ready to talk. Go to mormoncouples.com, click on Work with Brooke. Easy way to set up a free call where we can talk about what's happening in your mixed faith marriage. Find out where you are, find out where you want to be, and see if coaching is the right tool to get you there. All right, wishing you the best.